Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Viking Arms. What can I say? It's Friday night. We're in yet another lockdown. So welcome back to not just the Viking Arms, but the award-winning Viking Arms. We thought that we really had brought the shutters down on the Viking Arms on the pub just before Christmas. We'd really hoped that would be it. However, how could we leave you feeling bereft on a Friday night, nowhere to go, there's nothing to do, and there is certainly nothing on TV. We're still desperately waiting for the new series of Gardener's World to start in the spring. So you just have to deal with us. That's it. Here we are. The gang of four are first through the doors this evening into the bar. So let us know who we've got. There's plenty of you in there crowding around. So do say hello. The Kellets are back. I want to see all the familiar names coming up on the screen here. It'd be really nice to see who we've got. As I say, we are now the award-winning Viking Arms. If you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, so if you did happen to watch the lockdown awards that we had on New Year's Eve, we were lucky enough to get the Spirit of Shiplake Award. How cool was that?
It was very cool.
Yeah, so we're very, very grateful for that. I'm sure all of you voted, but yeah. Who else have we got? The Rappamores are here. The Brentons. Oh, thank God the Brentons are here.
Well,
restore some order, please, Mr. Brenton. The Slovikovskis are back. The Deans are here. The Fishers are here. The Carlsons, the Stars, the Carlsons are here. Great to be back in the game. The Kennys are here, and Mr. Bevan is here. Or I should say the Bevans are here. The Passmores are back. The Coleses, Louise's mum, the Rapples are here. Mrs. Green. Look at all these names popping up. It's great to have you all back in the bar with us. You're just pushing through the doors and getting your drinks in nice and early.
The headmaster's elbowing his way to the front.
The headmaster's in, and I'm sure he'd like to treat you all. So he's going through to the bar. Joanne's back, and Mum is on the phone from Manchester. Can we get further afield than Manchester this evening? The Harpers are here. And we are the Cullens, not the Drones, but the Cullens are here.
The Broomfields, I think we missed the Broomfields. They're here.
Broomfields are here. The Coltesses are back. The Harpers, the Cordells. Isn't it great? It's just so really nice to sort of see all the same names coming back. I don't know what it is about it. I mean, literally, there is nothing on TV. I totally get it. Well, what's new here at the Viking Arms? I hear you cry. Got a new chair.
Fancy chair.
Lucky Mrs. Settle got a new chair for Christmas.
You treat me.
Oh, yeah. New jumper, because apparently Mrs. Green tells me I have to change what I wear a little bit more often, because she happened to spend 20 hours, or she went through 20 hours of Viking Arms quizzes to put that montage together that she had in the lockdown awards, and she assures me that I wear the same polo shirts all the time. So yes, I've got the same polo shirt on, but I've just covered it up with my Christmas jumper. What else? Well, that's it. That's the only thing that's different. New chair, new jumper. It's the same decor. The same hippo. Our lucky mascot is up there.
Can we just take a moment? It is all good. The Beasleys are here.
Oh, thank God. Oh, and they're in the Alps. Okay, so you've beaten Manchester. Good to have you back. Happy New Year to you too. And yeah, so I think we're almost getting ready to go. So Governor Blomfield is back. The Mullet Gang are back as well. Is it a new angle? It might be. I do feel a little bit out of practice, I'll be honest, Mrs. Passmore. I might have got the angle wrong. Here you go. That better? The Scotchbrooks are back. Good to have you on board. We've got loads of people in.
It's genuinely lovely to see everybody.
Obviously, I haven't introduced. Tam, Mrs. Settle is here working on the comments, making sure I read all the questions properly and I get my pronunciation right. And poor old Tam's been a little bit under the weather this week, so be nice. And if you don't mind me saying, Tam had a very particular highlight over Christmas. So whilst we've all been sort of enjoying our Christmas break, Tam was busy campaigning and lobbying and doing what she does. She got a mention in Parliament. Someone stood up in Parliament and gave Tam and her campaign a big thumbs up alongside Captain Tom. That's how special that was. So well done.
Thank you. I did have a little cry.
Yeah, I know. I was there. Who else has just joined us? The Farquhars are here. The Houghtons are back. Reverend Briggs and his Holy Trinity is back. The Angels are here. The Browns are back. The Whites. And Mr. Howe says you should be Captain Tam, not Colonel Sir Captain Tam. And Dr. Rosario is here. I think Dr. Rosario's got a New Year's resolution as well.
To be honest about his scores?
Yeah, to be honest about his scores. More people just piling in. This is amazing. First big shout out of this new season, which, you know, I ironically call it season 3 of Viking Arms Quiz, is going to go to all the teachers this week who have had to really bust a gut and adapt to remote teaching with not much notice, and everything's gone remote. All the lessons are remote, all the activities, all the sports, everything's remote. So all the effort that's gone in, big shout out to all the teachers. And of course, don't let it go to your head, Mrs. Green, but big shout out to you, because you did put together a really nice montage of all the stuff that we did last year with the Viking Arms. And with that, you've also encouraged me to get back out on my bike, because the montage was a little bit revealing about how much weight I've put on through Christmas. so thank you very much for that. Right, we're nearly there. The Murrays are here. The Bonans are here. Welcome back, Jess and Chris. Actually, you've probably got Sid and Austin with you as well, so hopefully that gives you a little bit more knowledge tonight. The Reeses are here, the Youngs are here, the Cravens are here, and I'm sure I'm missing people because you're all piling in. The rules. There are 4 rounds of 11 questions, where the 11th question is a chance for you to have a chat, make a list, and also let me know how you're getting on. When I ask you to make a list, you need to write down 10 answers only. So you just can't write down 12 or 15 answers. Again, Mrs. Passmore. And then pick out the 10 that are right. You just put down 10 things when I ask for it on that question 11. At the end of the quiz, it's all marked out of 80. Be honest with yourselves. No one's marking this for you. It's all on you. And we'll collect the scores in at the end. So do try not to cheat. Enjoy yourselves. Talk to us via the comments box. But obviously, as always, please keep it clean. It is a family show after all. And who knows, actually, talking about comments box, please do talk to us in the comments box. There's a new feature.
It's very
I wonder if anyone can spot the new feature that we've introduced to the quiz this evening. So do talk to us, and it makes us feel that we're not quite just on our own sitting in my little office here. Last few shout outs. We've got the Bizuals are with us, the Critchleys from Switzerland. I suppose it depends where in Switzerland, but I think that's almost with the Alps, with the Beasleys. And who else have we got? And the Dixes are here, Mr. Dix.
Only now that we're award winning, he says.
Nice to have you lot on board as well. Okay, let's get going with it. So, round 1. This is all about general knowledge, as usual. So, question 1 in the general knowledge round: the US election. The US election took place just before Christmas.
You are.
But which state held a Senate runoff election this week? The US election took place just before Christmas, but which state held a Senate runoff election this week? You have to hold your horses, Reverend Briggs, for Wilson. He's a very independent. He's a bit of an independent teenager at the moment. If he'll come in if he wants. He's kind of out there somewhere.
He's napping.
He's napping. Slough. Not Slough. What we said? Oh, I should have said, don't put answers in the comment box. Number 2. Over the Christmas holidays, which TV foodie admitted they would not cook a turkey? Over the Christmas holidays, which TV foodie admitted they would not cook a turkey?
It was big news. It even featured on one of my podcasts.
Oh, here we go. There were 2. Pick one. There was one that made all the newspapers. So go with that one, and you'll get it right. If you don't get that right, you get it wrong.
Say you wrote the other one.
Yeah, that's what's on the card that counts. Question number 3. The UK left the EU on the 31st of December 2020. But in which month and year did the UK vote to leave? So the UK left the EU on the 31st of December 2020, but in which month and year did the UK vote to leave? Question number 4. What game would you be playing if there are points, checkers, and a doubling cube? So I got a very special Christmas present, which was this particular game.
That's how special Christmas was.
Because you wanted to play it.
Yeah. And I had a feeling we might be stuck at
Lucky
home
me.
for a while.
What game would you be playing if there are points, checkers, and a doubling cube? Question number 5. Which European nationality can be put before auction, courage, and double to make phrases? Which European nationality can be put before auction, courage, and double to make phrases?
We will let the Scotch books have number 2 again. Go on. Be nice. They've asked.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh, I've got a delay on this. Number 2. Who wouldn't cook a turkey over Christmas? Which TV foodie said they weren't going to cook a turkey? Question number 5. Which European nationality can be put... I'll practice. Question number 6 even. Whitehaven lies on the coast of which county? Whitehaven lies on the coast of which county? And Chris Mills.
Yes.
Yes. Question 7. Which city is further north? Is it Middlesbrough or Sunderland? Which city is further north, Middlesbrough or Sunderland? And question number 8. What is the next prime number after 29? It's like I knew Mr. Dix was coming along. What is the next prime number after 29? Shall I tell him what a prime number is? Or?
No.
No. What is the next prime number after 29? Question number 9. Which actor died last November and was famous, amongst other roles, for being the Green Cross Code Man? Which actor died last November and was famous for, amongst other roles, being the Green Cross Code Man? And question 10. The name of which tree is also an eye colour? The name of which tree is also an eye colour? Mrs. Rapplemore says, my sister was on the telly with him. Was she the little girl in the Green Cross Code advert?
That's quite a claim to fame.
It's probably about more your era, I suppose. He took her to the loo.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Question number 11. According to a YouGov poll, what are the top 10? You can't see this, but I've just been told off because apparently I'm swinging and I've just had the hand come in and stop. God. Right. According to the YouGov, what are the top 10 New Year resolutions being made by Britons in 2021? What are the top 10 New Year resolutions being made by Britons in 2021? If you want 4 and 6 again. Now, I don't normally read the questions out more than twice because I'm mean. But as you're new, why not? Question 4 was, what game would you be playing if there are points, checkers, and a doubling cube? And question 6, Whitehaven lies on which coast? Sorry, on the coast of which county? So whilst you're trying to think of the 10 New Year resolutions that have been made by Britons, or the most popular 10 New Year resolutions made by Britons for 2021, talk to us. What are you planning on doing differently in this lockdown? We're in lockdown version 3. what are the tips for shedding the lockdown blues? Lots of the boys and the girls that I've been talking to this week feel like this is really different this time around because it's winter, it's grim, and we know that we're in it for a bit of a long haul. So share your tips. What can you do to shed the lockdown blues? What have you got planned, Tam?
Well, I got more than 30 books for Christmas. So
lucky girl.
I'm going to work my way through 30 books, I think.
Yeah, so I'm going to have lots of peace and quiet. I'm just going to try and get out on my bike and ignore the fact that it's freezing cold. I won't be running the 5K tomorrow morning. I'll be cycling. The Scotch Brooks will be eating a bit less gruel. Good. You should need to up the stakes for that.
I would move maybe towards vegetables. Ignore the gruel and move towards
vegetables. So don't boil the vegetables so much.
Maybe, yeah. A chunkier
Chris
soup.
Mills says they're going to learn some new dancing moves. Eddie's going to do a half marathon training for mum. More marking just to sort of cheer yourself up of an evening. There's more foodie stuff really in the Mullet Gang, making treats for Robbie. Nice. Mr. Bevan's learning the keyboard.
Very nice.
Martha Dean is saying he's going to teach Albert to cook and clean. Good luck. that does take a while. WMP. Who's WMP? What's WMP? WMP. Mr. Mac with Pride. What's the W for? He's going to do some more river swimming. So Mr. Mac with Pride's been spending about 3 minutes a day in the river, even though it's only about 2 degrees. This is part of his
good Lord
madness. That's his syndrome, I think. Beasley's going to be learning how to row. Nice. I recommend it. Mr. Brown is listening to lots of music. Jess is going to do lots of weights, supervised by Sid.
Brilliant.
We've got learning the guitar, row an indoor championship for the first time, travel more, less marking. I can recommend. Okay. Well, good. I mean, that's a better response than I was expecting, actually. These are like proper serious responses. Cook better, get fit, get healthy, row more.
We've got aims. This is good.
Mr. Dix says Winthrop. No, it wouldn't be W wouldn't be for Winthrop, Mr. Dix. Come on, that'd be ridiculous. Who calls their child Winthrop? Who looks at a baby and says, Winthrop? Probably the same sort of person who looks at a baby and says Keith. But right. Hopefully you've got your 10 I can't remember what I asked for. 10 New Year's resolutions. Let's move on to round 2. Now, round 2 is all about London. So, question 1 in our London round. In which year was the position of Mayor of London created? In which year was the position of Mayor of London created? Question 2. Which Channel 4 TV series is filmed in the Paternoster Chop House? In which Channel 4 TV series is filmed in the Paternoster Chop House? Leo says it was a long time. It was a long time ago, Leo. I would ask your parents on that one. Question number 3. In which building did Princess Elizabeth marry Prince Philip? In which building did Princess Elizabeth marry Prince Philip? So Rebecca Crean says it's next to my office. A weird flex, but okay. Question number 4. Which institution is known as, how am I going to say this?
Oh, it's up to you.
GOSH. Which institution is known as GOSH? There you go, both variations. Which institution is known as GOSH? Question number 5. Which building on London's South Bank was once used to store stock cubes? Which building on London's South Bank was once used to store stock cubes? And question number 6. The Sainsbury wing is a part of which art gallery? The Sainsbury wing is part of which art gallery? I like this round because I sort of think when lockdown is over, I just want to go back to that. Well, I know you're not a big fan, but I quite like London.
I don't mind.
Being a tourist.
Yeah.
Question number 7. Which mainline train station is the London terminus for trains from the West Country? Which mainline train station is the London terminus for trains from the West Country? Question number 8. In which year did London introduce its congestion charging? In which year did London introduce its congestion charging? And question number 9. Could this be? Do you know what? Actually, yeah. All right, fair enough. Because I think that's a hard question for you younger ones. So, in which year did London introduce congestion charging? Was it 2003, 2004, or 2005? Okay, I'll give you that. This is such an easy quiz. What's happened to me? Over 3 seasons of this, I've just softened. I'm reading out the questions more than twice, giving multiple choice answers.
We're admitting that we, missed a word out in one of them.
Question number 9. What is the name of the concert hall on the River Thames that was opened in 1951? What is the name of the concert hall on the River Thames that was opened in 1951? And question 10. The postcode N1C covers the area around which mainline station? The postcode N1C covers the area around which mainline station? Mr. Brown says I'm going soft. Well, it had to happen at some point, right?
It's the stress of lockdown.
I know I've got a bit of a reputation, but it's Friday night. Maybe I'm just softening. It's your fault. It's you. Since we got married, I've just softened. People have said it, Question number 11. So 10 answers only for this. Can you name any 10 of the London boroughs which are south of the River Thames? So there are obviously more than 10 answers to this, but you're only allowed to write down 10 of them. Okay, so can you name 10 of the London boroughs which are south of the River Thames?
I think that one's quite tricky.
It's my neck of the woods. Easy. Right. Well, whilst you're thinking of your 10 London boroughs, we've had an email. We've had some communication come in. So, yeah, this was nice to receive, and who knows, this might become a new feature. I'm going to read it to you. Dear Uncle Keith and Auntie Tam.
Ooh, familiar.
It's a little bit familiar, isn't it? I need some advice. I've not been feeling well. That's not what it says at all. I'm just reading the word above the line. I need some advice. I have not been feeling like my usual self for a week. I cannot see my friends for cocktails or go to a Zumba class.
Is this Jess Bernard?
Could be Jess. I have never been so bored, and I am yearning for Maribel.
Is it someone who skis?
Is it the Beasleys? Since having to stay home because of lockdown, I can't get a break. My family WhatsApp group keeps me awake, and it's making me frown. The moment I start practicing the latest TikTok dance, my family are messaging me.
This must be someone in Gilson.
They don't think I have anything better to do than go for a walk or shop for the basic essentials. How am I meant to go viral when they don't leave me alone, not even for a little while? Are any of your regulars having the same issues with irritating family members, or is it just me? Yours, fed up, Eileen Dover. I think this might be a pseudonym.
Poor Eileen.
Poor Eileen. So we're going to put this one over to you, the regulars. Are your family making life tough for you in this lockdown? Do you have any advice for poor old Eileen? And how can she get some time for herself and save her sanity? Let us know in the comments box. What can poor old Eileen... Oh, come on, Eileen. What can poor old Eileen do to get some time for herself and to save her sanity in this lockdown if she's feeling the pressure from the family? Mr. Brown says, agony aunts. Well, I'm hoping you are. You are the chief agony aunt, Mr. Brown. So what have you got for poor old Eileen? How do you survive family intrusion during lockdown 3?
Well, the dog is always a useful excuse.
Go
out for a walk with the dog.
Take the dog out. Absolutely. I would say block them.
Well, you're quite brutal.
Just turn your phone off.
No WhatsApp.
Yeah, get rid of
Delete
WhatsApp.
the app.
She should ask her brother, Ben, for advice.
That has to be Mr. Beasley. Good comeback, Mr. Beasley.
Is Eileen... But oh, he beat you to it, Mr. Brown.
Eddie says, get COVID and isolate in your room.
Get COVID, isolate. Yeah. Just lock yourself away and turn the phone. Block them. I'm on the phone too much at the moment. I don't know what you definitely are. Turn the phone off.
Mrs. Young actually has a very sensible advice.
Set the alarm for 6 a.m. Have an hour or two before anyone else is up. So do your TikTok dances then.
You know, and I think I can say that I feel that is what Mrs. Young does, because we're Strava buddies and I see the time she goes running and it is very early in the morning.
And Reverend Briggs is saying, take the router for a walk. Mr. Brown's still late to the party on that, I think.
Poor Mr. Brown.
So you are currently thinking of, not only do we want 10 London boroughs, which are south of the River Thames, but what advice for poor old Eileen? If it's Tam, she's mad.
Who's mad?
If it's Tam, she's mad? What, Tam's mad?
No, this email, this has actually come in from a proper human.
I've changed the name, but it actually is real.
They had originally signed that email.
I admit, all right, it was me that came up with that. Well, it wasn't me that came up with Eileen Dover. That was someone else, but you know who you are.
It is definitely someone we know.
How do you cope with family bothering you on WhatsApp? And again, 10 London boroughs. Mrs. Rappaport, yes, okay, it was you, yeah. So Mrs. Rappaport, you know this is a genuine email that's come in. If you, like Eileen, have a dilemma, then please do get in touch. We'll put the email address up in a bit. But if you want the regulars to give you some advice or just take the mick out of your pseudonym, then please get in touch and let us know. But also be aware, obviously, people are all going through probably the same stuff that we all are. This is genuine. It's a genuine email. Round 3 is all about food and drink. Question number 1 on round 3. Chablis wine is made in which region of France? Chablis wine is made in which region of France?
I feel we're back on sort of usual ground talking about food.
Back on usual ground, but I'm sure the regulars won't let us down. If they feel that they need to air something, they'll let us know.
Excellent.
Question number 2. Which animal's milk is used to make Roquefort cheese? Which animal's milk is used to make Roquefort cheese? And question 3. What is a Chinese gooseberry better known as? What is a Chinese gooseberry better known as? I'm being told to pause.
No.
Question 4. What is the main ingredient in pan perdu? What is the main ingredient in pan perdu? We got Governor Grimmond with us. I didn't spot that one. Have we got Governor Bloomfield with us as well?
Yes.
Governors, Welcome.
Sorry, you just have to read Mr. Brown's comment.
I was in the middle of a family Zoom and got bored. I left the computer on, went shopping, got back, and they were still chatting. No one knew I'd left.
Oh, that's quite the dilemma.
It's more to do with the impact you're making on the conversation. Question 1, Joanne, was what region of France does Chablis wine come from? Question number 5, what is the most consumed manufactured drink in the world? What is the most consumed manufactured drink in the world? Villa just equalised and Jay is screaming.
That's not happening here.
But what are you watching? What you're watching that for? We've got this. Come on. Question number 6. The Greek dish tzatziki consists of which fruit in yogurt? The Greek dish tzatziki consists of which fruit in yogurt? And question number 7. Does a fresh egg sink or float when it's dropped into water? Does a fresh egg sink or float when it's dropped into water? And question number 8. What is folded into a half moon shape to make a calzone? What is folded into a half moon shape to make a calzone? All drinks are manufactured except water. Well, what's the most manufactured? The most consumed manufactured drink? How do you define manufactured? Oh, come on, guys. It was just in the book.
We're reading the question. Is it a brand?
No, well, I'm going to have to. No, it's not a particular. So for that question, no, it's not a brand of drink. And maybe, yes, you're quite right. You do need to make this drink. So what is the most consumed drink in the world that you might make? I can't make it any clearer than that. So
I don't know that helped, but okay.
Have a guess. You know, what can I say? Question 9. What part of the horseradish plant is used to make a sauce? What part of the horseradish plant is used to make a sauce? And question number 10. Grenadine is obtained from which fruit? Grenadine is obtained from which fruit? Mr. Brown's asking, how many of you have actually just got up and dropped an egg in the water? Well, yeah, but have you got fresh eggs?
I mean
that's the important bit. Right, we are going to, for question 11, this is actually going to be a picture round. So by popular demand, we do know that you love a shaky picture round. So I'm going to show you 10 pictures, and these are pictures of fruits. And all you've got to do is name the fruit.
Name that fruit in one.
Name that fruit. So here's the first one. I hope you can all see that. I wonder if, I'm just going to try and turn that light off. I'm sure. No. Right. Well, I don't know. How do I make that clearer?
I have no idea.
There we go. There we go. Is that better?
Angle down.
Okay, I'll angle it down a little bit. So what fruit is that? It's a sort of a green, hairy thing. Okay, that's the first one. Second one. What fruit is that? Let's call this one B.
Well done.
Okay, and part C. What is that? Or what are those? Okay, they start getting a bit harder now. So the next one, part D. What is that? And part E, what are they? It's okay, Mrs. Passmore, apology accepted. Okay, so that's part E. whilst I just respond to Mr. Brown's question, that just gives my arms a chance to rest. Mr. Brown saying so high tech. Well, I could sit here like some going, oh, I'm just going to share my screen. Now, hold on a minute. Where's the button? And I could do all that, or you could just have these. That's the next one. F. What is that? Yes, Leo, he is around, but he's just being a bit sulky at the moment. And G. What are they? I hope that's all coming through clear enough. Well, actually, I know it's coming through clear enough because people have. Well, they're always the first to complain when things are too hard or not working, aren't they?
Don't garner complaint.
What is that? This is H. What is H? Sensible answers only, please. It is a family show. The next one. What is that? That's part I. That's coronavirus.
did I hint of coronavirus about it, that fruit? Maybe that's one to avoid.
Okay, and the last one in this round, what is that? Oh, done.
Tied arms.
Whew. I know you enjoy the picture round, but I find it quite hard. Look, I'm even getting a bit of a sweat on. Okay, we're going on to round 4, and round 4 this week is all about travel.
Oh, the irony.
Do we count the apple it was shown on?
Sneaky.
Yeah. The regulars are coming up with lots of puns this evening, aren't they?
They're good. They're very good.
Question number 1 in the travel round. What was the original purpose of the Leaning Tower of Pisa? What was the original purpose of the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
This round should have been retitled Questions About All the Places You Can't Go Right Now. Harsh.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Still, we're going to take. We'll go there in our imaginations. Let's pretend we're there. We're kind of having pictures done of the Leaning Tower doing that. Really funny. Question number 2. What was the Russian city of St. Petersburg called between 1924 and 1991? What was the Russian city of St. Petersburg called between 1924 and 1991? Question number 3. The now abandoned Chernobyl nuclear power plant is within which modern-day country?
Okay, I take it back. The comment about places we can't go to right now. I'm not that keen on going here. It's fine.
It's a really nice country, though. You mean Chernobyl?
Yes.
Yeah. Did I read that twice? The now abandoned Chernobyl nuclear power plant is within which modern-day country? Question number 4. Mauritius has been under Dutch, French, and British rule, but in which year did it become its own republic? Was it 1992, 1968, or 1932? Mauritius has been under Dutch, French, and British rule, but in which year did it become its own republic? Was it 1992, 1968, or 1932? It's not so modern, isn't it? Yeah, it is. What bits of it are? Question 5. What, in population terms, is the largest Spanish-speaking country in the world? What, in population terms, is the largest Spanish-speaking country in the world? And question number 6. When did the Eurostar train service between Britain and France first start running? When did the Eurostar train service between Britain and France first start running? I'll give you an option. Was it 1992, 1993, or 1994? Question 7. What is the Hellenic Republic better known as? What is the Hellenic Republic better known as? And question number 8. If you went to a Lucha Libre event in Mexico, what would you be watching? If you went to a Lucha Libre event in Mexico, what would you be watching? Question number 9. If you were cruising on Halong Bay, in which country would you be? If you were cruising on Halong Bay, in which country would you be? And question number 10. Victoria Falls is located on the border of which 2 countries? And as the regulars would know, you need both answers in order to get the point. No, we don't do half points on the Viking Arms. So Victoria Falls is located on the border of which 2 countries? And final question of the evening. Question 11 on the travel round is, can you name 10 of the coastal counties in England? So can you list 10 names of coastal counties in England? Now, again, there are obviously more than 10 of them, but you can only list 10 of them down. Okay. Now, whilst you're thinking of your 10 coastal counties, those of you who'd rather be talking to us than thinking about that, it wouldn't obviously be a Viking Arms quiz if we didn't ask you about your menu for tonight or what you've got planned for the weekend. So in the spirit of cheering everybody up with lockdown ideas, how are you treating yourself on your lockdown Friday? How are you going to be treating yourself on the lockdown weekend? How are you? What have you got planned? What's on the menu? What food and drink have you got? Is there anything new? Are the Harpers you off the gimbal and onto something else? The Scotchbrooks, are you moving off from gruel this weekend? What's coming up on your menu? So whilst you're thinking of your 10 coastal counties in England, what's on the menu? We had a really nice dinner this evening, but it won't sound very nice. Without the Mary Berry book, so I mean, it's you know, if it's Mary Berry, it's got to be all right. But it was sort of a, how would you describe it?
She describes it as a mixed bean bake.
A mixed bean bake. So it's sort of a cheesy, beany, veggie bake. It was a lot nicer than it sounds.
Well, essentially, we're going for comfort food with a big dose of veg, and I'd see if I can shake this cold.
Yeah, mac and cheese tomorrow.
That's no veg in that. Actually, that's not true. We are putting butternut squash.
No, but you know, it's comforting for the cold weather. Mrs. Young has failed at dry January and is on wine for the first time in over a week. Seafood risotto for the Browns. Chinese takeaway for the Hills. I eat more than you, but I did a bit too much on the Chinese takeaway over Christmas. Steak surprise. The surprise is it's gruel.
Yay!
Homemade fish and chips. Oh, it's not going to be long before people start saying, "Oh, I've got the Orwell." Well, actually, we'll have to wait for the Beasleys to come back. Then it'll be the Orwell's turbot or something. Chinese from the Happy Wok. Al Forno pizza, chicken in the new slow cooker, egg and chips.
Oh, egg and chips.
Can't beat a bit of egg and chips. We'll have to start calling Mr. Brenton Shirley Valentine, I think. Is he talking to the wall? Wine for the first time in over 5 minutes. Congratulations, Robert. Well done. The square takeaway. So the takeaway's doing well tonight then, aren't they? The Beasleys are having snails. The Coltises are having wine.
I think Mrs. Coltis is having wine.
Yeah. The Biziors, usual Friday night treat, pizza and a good red.
Oh, pizza.
Lovely. Beasley's. What else? It can't just be dining on snails. There's got to be something else. I mean, what's a Beasley going to be having? It's going to be fillet steak up in the Alps, isn't it?
Snails. There'll be nice wine.
Yeah. Pork pappardelle. Pappardelle. Is that right? More pizzas. Robbie's having homemade brownies and ice cream.
Oh, nice.
Frey Pentos pie. You know how to treat yourselves. Ribena and snails. Very nice. The fajitas for the Critchleys. The Luckings have got pizza from the Prince of Wales. So not just like a Pizza Hut or a Domino's pizza, but I'm guessing a homemade pizza from the Prince of Wales pub.
Yes.
You guys know how to spoil yourselves on a Friday night. Takeaway food, quiz. How could it?
Stuck at home.
How could it get better? I don't know.
Be out.
Bed.
Seeing people.
And after 8s. Nice. Okay. So before I go through the answers for this evening, I should just have to say thank you so much for coming again to the Viking Arms. We hope that you did feel at home here, and we will be back next Friday. But in the meantime, thank you for joining us for season 3. What?
I just wanted to say to everyone who was here at the quiz before Christmas, thank you. In the end, we raised over £800 for Nomad, and
over £800 for the
so thank you very much.
Through the Christmas quiz for Nomad. So thanks so much for everything that you gave us for that. If you do fancy writing us a question for our regulars, then do send me an email. The email's going into the comments box just now. Perhaps use of pseudonyms are best. If you can think of something better than Eileen or Ben Dover, then please do. But we'd love to have your emails, and we'll see what the regulars can say about that. And yeah, I think we better go through the answers. So let's go back to round 1, and I'm scrolling in the wrong direction, so that's not useful.
We have forgotten how to do
your
that.
mouse. Anyway, general knowledge. Which state had the Senate runoff? That was Georgia. The TV foodie who was not cooking turkey was Nigella Lawson. It's the only answer I'm taking, Mrs. White. Nigella Lawson. When did the UK vote to leave the EU? It was in June 2016. So you need both parts of that, June 2016. If you're playing a game and there are points, checkers, and a doubling cube, you are playing backgammon. Which European nationality can be put before auction, courage, and double?
And after
double is Dutch. Whitehaven lies on the coast of Cumbria. Furthest north is Sunderland. The next prime number after 29 is 31. The Green Cross Code man was David Prowse. The screen's just jumped around. Hold on, I've lost it. Where is it? There it is. Question 10. The name of a tree, which is also an eye colour, is hazel. And according to YouGov, the top 10 New Year resolutions being made by Britons in 2021 are as follows. You get a point for saying doing more exercise or generally improving your fitness, losing weight, improving your diet or eating more healthily, saving money, spending more time with friends or family, pursuing a career or an ambition, decorating or renovating at home, taking up a new hobby, spending less time on social media, and the 10th one is cutting down on alcohol. So as long as you had something that was vaguely close to those, give yourself a point. The London round. The position of Mayor of London was created in the year 2000. The Channel 4 TV series is First Dates. Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip got married in Westminster Abbey. GOSH stands for Great Ormond Street Hospital. The building on London's South Bank used to store stock cubes was obviously the Oxo Tower. The Sainsbury Wing is a part of the National Gallery. The mainline train station for trains coming from the West Country is Paddington. Congestion charging came in 2003. The concert hall is the Royal Festival Hall, and the postcode N1C is for King's Cross. So in question 11, 10 London boroughs. So remember, list of 10 only here. You could have had a point for Greenwich, Bexley, Bromley, Croydon, Sutton, Merton, Kingston upon Thames, Richmond upon Thames, Wandsworth, Southwark, Lambeth, and Lewisham. So any of those. I'll read those one more time. You could have a point for Greenwich, Bexley, Bromley, Croydon, Sutton, Merton, Kingston upon Thames, Richmond upon Thames, Wandsworth, Southwark, Lambeth, or Lewisham. Yeah, big up the Bexley. It's a put-on accent. It really is. I can't speak in my normal accent. I get told off. Food and drink. Question number 1. Chablis comes from Burgundy. Roquefort cheese is from sheep. Question number 3. A Chinese gooseberry is also a kiwi fruit. The main ingredient in pan perdu is bread. The most consumed manufactured drink in the world is tea. After all of that, it's tea. The Greek dish tzatziki consists of which fruit in yogurt? That's a cucumber. Does a fresh egg sink or float? It sinks. What is folded into a half moon shape to make a calzone? That is pizza. Horseradish. Which part of horseradish is used to make the sauce? It's a root. Grenadine is obtained from which fruit? That is pomegranate. And in the picture round, the 10 fruits were in order. So the first one was a gooseberry. The second one was a pomegranate. The third one was a blackberry. Fourth one was jackfruit. Fifth one, lychee. The sixth one was a loganberry. Seventh one was red currants. Eighth one was a rambutan. The ninth one is a passion fruit. And the 10th one was a grapefruit. And in the last round, so for the travel round, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, sorry, was a bell tower. It was originally a bell tower to the cathedral in Pisa. So it's a bell tower. St. Petersburg between 1924 and 1991 was Leningrad. Chernobyl is in Ukraine. Mauritius became its own republic in 1992. The largest Spanish-speaking country in the world is Mexico. The Eurostar started running between Britain and France in 1994. The Hellenic Republic is better known as Greece. If you went to a Lucha Libre event in Mexico, you would be watching wrestling. If you're cruising in Halong Bay, you would be in Vietnam. And the Victoria Falls, you need both of these for the point. It's on the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe. And the last question, the 10 coastal counties in England. So you could have had Cornwall, Cumbria, Dorset, the East Riding of Yorkshire, East Sussex, Essex, Hampshire and the Isle of Wight, Kent, Lancashire, Lincolnshire, Merseyside, North Yorkshire, Suffolk, Tyne and Wear, and West Sussex. I'll read those one more time. Cornwall, Cumbria, Dorset, the East Riding of Yorkshire, East Sussex, Essex, Hampshire and the Isle of Wight. We're including those as one. Kent, Lancashire, Lincolnshire, Merseyside, North Yorkshire, Suffolk, Tyne and Wear, and West Sussex. So that's the answers. So whilst you are adding up, I said Devon, I think. Did I say Devon? Oh God, here we go. Here we go. Do you know what? This was your question.
It's the first one back.
Yes, obviously Devon. Obviously, well done.
Just tick it.
Devon and Norfolk. You're quite right.
I might get in the plane.
Yes, include Devon and Norfolk as well. Right, so whilst you're adding up your scores, it's time for me to call last orders on the Viking Arms for tonight. So thank you so much for being with us. Do stay safe in this lockdown. Please do look after yourselves. Be nice to each other whilst we're stuck indoors with each other. Don't forget, of course, big plug here for the Shiplake Strava 5K tomorrow morning. So do get involved with that. And we should see some scores coming through now. So the Mackworth Prides, first to declare on 50. The Slovikovskis on 61. 49 for the Bonans. 62 for the Youngs. Joe Williams is on 59. The Brentons on 66. I think that's the score to beat so far.
Nice score.
Joanne's on 56. Samantha's on 60. The Broomfields are on 53. Mullet Gang on 52. I think still 66 to beat at the moment. Briggs on 59. Kellett's 63. White's 51. Rapplemore 61. Governor Blomfield on 60. Kenny's on 57. Cliffs are on 66. Joint top at the moment. Bevan's on 50. The Coles is on 61. Alex Davies on 59. Good evening, Alex. The Dix is on 53. Angel's on 52. I thought this was an easy quiz this week as well. Cordell's have got one more than whatever Dr. Tresario's got. 49 for the Houghton, 60 for the Bizyours. Is anyone going to beat 66? I can't accept Dr. Tresario's. Sorry. I think we might have joint winners.
But it is a personal best for the Harpers.
Oh, well
62.
done. Well done. Good. I like to think that when you get personal bests, you know, we've added to your general knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, it's that's commitment to the Viking Arms that gives you that. So I think we've got joint top winners this evening. I think that was the Youngs and
Nope, there's a 70 coming.
And at the last minute there, the Crean Mills comes in with 70 points. So congratulations to Crean Mills. And yeah, very well done. I don't think anyone's going to fly in and beat that unless they're still counting. You've got until I say goodbye to put a score in if you have. So well done to the Koreans on a score of 70. Well done to all of you. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next Friday. So good night, everybody.